Hey guys, my name is Sandy. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Central Florida area and also an investor and also a mortgage lender. Today I want to do a video on what is BRRRR. We've been hearing that a lot. That's when you're going to buy different properties to level up or to start building generational wealth or to start your process being a millionaire through real estate. BRRRR is a great way to start building your wealth or building a portfolio through real estate. A lot of investors use that to get started. Now, what is it anyway? It's when you buy a property, you renovate the property, you rent out the property, you refinance the property, and then you repeat the process. Okay, so that's what that's all is about. Now, how do you go about doing that? Well, first you got to get the first property, and the best deal that you could get is what is going to give you that jump start. So you want a property that it needs work, it's going to be under market value, and you're going to be able to renovate it. And when you renovate, you'll be able to rent it out. And then when you rent it out, then at that point you'll be able to refinance it, right? So obviously when you refinance it, the bank is going to want to keep back 20% in equity. So they're going to keep 20% of equity and they'll lend you 80% in most circumstances. So the lower you buy the property and the more you are on your budget when you renovate, so you got to keep costs low, the more money you'll get when you refinance, and then when you pull that money out, you could repeat the process and just keep doing that. And a lot of people have made a lot of money doing this, and it can be done. They just need to do your own work, know the market, and you could work with a realtor that knows that really well, like us. Anyway, you gotta know the market. So you want to make sure that you're buying. You want to make profit in buying. What does that mean? It means that, let's say we found a property that we know when it's renovated will be, say, $400,000, right? We want to buy it so low so that when we refinance it and the bank is going to keep 20% equity back in there, whatever you're pulling out is going to be enough to pay off the loan that you used to purchase a property in the first place, whether it be through a bank or through a hard money lender, and then you want to be able to repeat it. So you need to have enough funds there. So you want to buy below market value, which means you want to buy a property that needs work, and you also want to buy properties that's priced right or priced under market value. So this $400,000 property, for an example, let's say we're able to get it for $200,000, which would be excellent. So let's say we got it for $200,000 and we put $50,000 in work. So it costs us $50,000 to renovate it. Now it's worth $250,000. We're going to rent it, so it has a rent roll, and then we're going to refinance. Now, on the refinance, since it's worth $400,000, the bank is going to allow you to keep $80,000 back in the property, and they will lend you up to $320,000 on the refinance. So let's say you pulled $320,000, you bought it for $250,000, you bought it for $200,000, renovational cost was $50,000, that's $250,000, so you're making $70,000. Now, what was the loan amount? The loan amount was probably about $250,000, since you had to have the money to buy it and to renovate it, right? So you got to pay that loan off. Now you have $70,000 left. With that $70,000, you're able to repeat that. So that means you're going to find another property that needs work. You're going to put 20% down possibly, and then you're going to probably either use the bank or a hard money lender to get the money to buy it. The good thing with hard money lenders are their interest rates is high, and we know that. But you need to give yourself 6 months to get in there, buy the property, renovate it, and be able to refinance within that 6-month period. Because the hard money lender you're not gonna pay monthly payment to them, but monthly payment will be occurring. So they're gonna say, hey, it's gonna be this amount per month. And if you pay it off within 6 months, you can just pay it off all at once. So you're gonna have to think about your loan amount. You're gonna have to think about the interest rate that the hard money lender is charging you, and the closing costs to close. So it's two closing. We're gonna close when we first get the property with the hard money lender, and we're gonna have to close when we refinance the property. So we're gonna think about closing costs twice, right? So that means you have to buy the property with enough equity already in it, so that when you renovate it and you pay off the hard money lender or the bank with the first loan, and you refinance to pull the money back out to pay off the first loan and then to have the cash left, that's why you got to buy it under market value, so you have all that money to go around. So it'd be good if you find a property that needs work and a very motivated seller, maybe somebody on the water, or maybe somebody that's looking to sell as soon as possible. Not if you're trying to rip the seller off, but if the numbers doesn't make sense in the beginning, don't do the project. Meaning, you have to see the project you have to be able to calculate the project all the way through before you purchase the first property. So you don't want to buy a property and you renovate it and then you rent it, and when you refinance, you have nothing to get. And you know, when you refinance it, and after you pay all of the original loan and all the interest and all that great stuff, you have nothing left. And that, I mean, it wouldn't really be a waste of time, because you would have a very good property with a renter in it, but you wouldn't be able to do the repeat part. The repeat part is very important. You want to be able to repeat the process. In order for you to repeat the process, you need to get enough money from the first property you purchase, so that when you pay off the hard money lender or the bank, you have enough money left over to start the process again. Also, when you start working with a particular bank or hard money lender, we need to start to do a few properties with them. They normally then start to lower your interest rate, because now they realize you're a good candidate. They're going to pay them back on time. So now they start to lower the interest rate. A lot of time the banks and hard money lenders are going to give high, or even banks that specialize in renovational work. When you first start out, you have no experience, your interest rates are going to be higher because you're a risk to them. But as you start repeating the process over and over again, by the time you get to the 5th property, they're probably begging you to do business with them, because you did it 4 times already. So you're like, oh, wait, come, we have money to lend you, right? So this is how investors start to build their portfolio, and this is what they do to have banks begging them for their business, because they realize, oh, they know what they're doing. They've done this several different times before. And then at that point in time, by you get to the 5th, 6th, 7th property, you probably don't even need them, because you'd have enough funds to probably finance your own property or your own projects. So that is how you start off with doing the BRRRR to build your portfolio, start to building wealth in real estate, generational wealth, and start to keep repeating the process. Now, of course, you could also buy, renovate, refinance, and repeat, right? So you don't have to rent. Maybe you don't even want to refinance part. Maybe you want to buy, renovate, sell it, and then go to the next project. You want to do a flip. That's what they do in flipping. So when you're flipping a property, you're buying the property, renovating the property, and then you're just selling it and you're moving on. But if you want to build a portfolio, you're going to buy the property, renovate it, rent it, refinance, and repeat the process. And I hope I didn't confuse anyone with that. So that's the basis of that. And we work with a lot of investors that does that, whether you're starting from scratch or you have been doing this for a long time. We would love to help you. Some people even buy Airbnb properties or short-term rental properties that way. So they buy the property that's in need of work, they renovate, fix it. Instead of renting it to a long-term renter, they will do it on a short-term basis. So they'll put an Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com, all that stuff, and do short-term renting instead. Doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you're able to refinance, pay what you need to pay off, and repeat the process. That's how you start to build wealth. And I hope this helps. If you want to schedule a Zoom call with us to go over this whole process, feel free to do so. My phone number should be on the top somewhere on the bottom. You could call or text. We do virtual Zoom calls all the time. So you just got to call and make an appointment to do it. But if you're looking to start building a portfolio in real estate, or really start building generational wealth, the BRRRR, they call it BRRRR, the BRRRR method would be a great way to start. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Again, my name is Sandy Giff, and I'm a licensed realtor here in the Central Florida area. I'm also an investor, also a lender, so I could also help you with your financing, whether it be through a bank or a hard money lender. See you on the next video.